Right guys, welcome back to what's going to be our final part of Avowed. Hope yous are all alright. I know I said the last video might have been the last one, but like I said, I think the dialogue, the way it goes on in this game, it could take a long time. So even if this video only ends up being like half an hour long, I still think it was worth it.
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still. The moon has many faces, different songs for different days. We know your light. We seek what swims inside you as you wane. We wonder. We did not foresee this. An equal trade, we accept. The seabed speaks in riddles, a pearl whose shell we cannot grasp. No, we must recall, plumb the depths of our memory. We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth, whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands. We must remember, yes, new blooms from pruned growth. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be.
They're very erratic.
We spoke of growth. We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
Oh, we're going to. Right, so where did I come from last? It was this way, wasn't it? Where Giatta's memory thing was. So we'll go back this way.
That meeting of the Solace Council did not go as planned.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. Incredible. So, this place would be peaceful if it wasn't so dangerous.
Uh-oh, the bear's resistant to ice. Ancient memory. There's so many of them, jeez. Oh, it's this one here, man. It's resurrecting them. Behave. That it.
We have been here. We were here all the yesterdays before. Nothing grows, nothing dies. Here or beyond, we cannot say. We feel no spark of the Tabaris Inachus in this place. We cannot see it through their eyes. We slumber here, alone. Still wings, the clear glass of the pond. They took it all away. Akita ripped from their beds, rivers of blood. What was their crime? Now our memory is a wound reopened. They came suddenly. The stillness of night split by grinding steel. A chill in our spine. How could we name it? First, they blinded us. Shining eyes pierced the concealing dark. Then they burned. Smoke ensnared the moonlight. The Akita screamed. How could we fight what we did not understand? A sword slashing darkness. We saw a terrible design in the roaring flames. They had carved a path to the temple. We were their true prey. Prune the branch, 3 grow in its place. We persisted, we were everywhere. How could they cull the wind? How could they trap the stars? Then, they turned to what the Akita had made. They toppled the statues. They set the libraries ablaze. A mouth silenced, a record of time rendered in ruins. The Akita howled. They died. We cried out, sundered soul by soul. We broke the earth, called down the storm, flung lightning from our hands, but they marched on. We grew tired. In fury, we exposed ourselves. We had to stop them. The rivers dried. We had no more to give. They raised machines. We tried to tear down the garden's walls. Then, nothing. Not death. Worse. A void. We reached out, but the machines held us in. We could not feel the new day's sun. Lay in the shifting tide. The cities crumbled. We could not save them. We could not save ourselves. Extinction bought with blood. The victor rights with the ash. We watched helplessly for aeons. Until you. A chill wind. Our branches shudder. We do not think of this. The wound numbs now. We watch as the river of time expands. In the silence of our prison we find clarity. How many voices lost? How many saplings have we cut down? We sink into the endless night. Perhaps we should be here. Shoots in a barren forest. We must find a way to change. And we will wander through the woods until we find the way. Soil stirs. We have a new memory of this place. You opened the final lock, entered the hidden glade. You listened. You stand at a cliff now. We watch your footsteps carefully. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Your health constantly regenerates when below 50%. That's mint.
Here they come.
Uh-oh.
Mine now.
Oh, no.
Another glorious battle.
That's very interesting. Right, that's the way back there, so I'm just going to go over this way. Like, what's over there? Or is that the way I'm supposed to be going? Say when you want to. So much loot. That living steel chunk's what I need. I keep needing that for me weapon. Oh. Wild Walker boots. Anything in here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that was a stupid idea. I'm not gonna lie, that was an incredibly stupid thing to do. I don't know why I even thought I could parkour up there. Let's just go back the way we came and be sensible there. Oh!
That's one for us.
Nice. What's in here?
There it spawns. This is just like...
Oh, yes, Yahtzleys.
This looks like the Akita building this place. Clearly they wanted their story preserved. Whatever cost.
I've ended up finding them all.
Garlowain's gonads. Envoy? I never told you this, but I've dreamed of this place every night for most of my life. This is a godless library. An actual, real-life godless library. It's why I study the godless, because this place has haunted me since I was a child. And that's the chair. It's the picture of coziness. I do love your idea of hiding out, Envoy. Finally, you've arrived. Ah, there it spawns. That took 10 years off my life. Wait. You must be the librarian from my dreams. Oh, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Oh, though, you do look quite familiar.
You could be twins. Except your hair's better.
It has been quite some time. Too many years to number. Of course. You are an ancestor? A very fashionable one at that. No, child. We are the keeper of these tablets. Or have you already forgotten? Oh, of course. I was you in a past life. Oh, I'm such a fool. You lived with animancers, and yet the idea of awakening to your past lives never entered your mind.
This is definitely sounding like one of Giada's ghost stories.
I was the last of the Akita. Once the attack started, a few of us were charged with preserving as much of our history as we could. So we retreated with as much as we could carry.
The attacks? You must mean...
The magfolk attacks. Yes, we've heard.
Is that the reason for the bodies outside?
Yes. Your monstrous gods, who bought their divinity with blood and the souls of their faithful. They tried to butcher every last one of us.
No. For some reason, Wodigan beliefs didn't really take off here, Envoy. But how did the magfolk reach you in here?
They didn't. Between the screams of my kin being slaughtered and the screeching of the magfolk, I couldn't breathe.
That's the screeching I heard in my dream, Envoy. I knew I recognized it when we killed that magfolk.
Once it was gone, there was nothing left. And perversely, I found the quiet worse. So I decided on another way. One that wouldn't give your gods the satisfaction.
Poison? Well, at least you washed it down with some good wine.
This is absolutely bizarre.
It really speaks to her dedication. Our dedication.
Yatsley, you know what you must do now. I abandoned my duty to protect our history. But you, someone must tell the story of the Akida. And there is no one else.
I'm already an expert. What more do you want me to do?
Think about it, Yatsley. You have been training to be the new protector of this collection since childhood. I couldn't ask for a better successor.
But that was your duty. I have my own dreams.
Yatsley, if you do not become the new librarian, there will be no other. The stories of the Akida will turn to dust, and my people, our people, will be forgotten. Just as the burned queen wanted all along, when she sent her magfolk to choke the life from us.
This is all too much. What do you think, Envoy? Oh, you're no help at all. Please. I ask for your opinion because I want it. Tell me, what do you think? I'm already intrigued. You don't need to lay on the guilt, Envoy.
I'm so glad that one of Sapadal's chosen stands with you, Yatsley. Our time is at an end, Yatsley. It's time for me to go.
Wait! I've not even asked you any questions! Tell me about your marriage rights. And oh, did you mean for all your buildings to look so phallic?
Unfortunately, my time is at an end. You must keep Yatsley alive. She is the last hope of the Akida.
So this is goodbye. I wish we could have... No. I wish that all of you had a better ending. She's gone. Forgive me, Envoy, but we should get going. We can talk back in camp. Later.
I'm so glad I managed to find all 4 of my companions as, like, things of them, that whatever you call them, moments or memories or whatever. That's what you get for exploring. Not just running to where the marker tells you. Don't be a sheep. There's like another...
Right. You can go first. I'll stay here and watch your back. I'm starting to think these people killed themselves off.
Oh. Brooch of spreading flame. parkour, I love it. Nice, we get another camp.
Let's take a break before we continue. There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Right. This seems like a perfect place to stop and relax.
Though it's hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dearie.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well. It is only mortal to feel overwhelmed in the presence of the immortal.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. Getting to see that vision of Tama did me good. Like, I finally let go of something I'd been holding too long. Now that we're here, I'm eager to see this through. Nothing worse than holding your breath and waiting. Same. I'd rather have good company in a prison than paradise alone.
I had a feeling you might ask me that. I'm not sure I've really worked through what I've seen here, but I am grateful for the chance to see Yonko again. I feel like we're almost done with all of this, but we are in the weirdest place in the world, so who knows? I'm completely baffled. But when haven't I been lately? Being afraid doesn't even feel scary anymore.
I think so. The garden is so much more than I expected. Full of contradictions. Wild, yet serene. Truthfully, I didn't come all this way searching for my own answers. But I found them. Or perhaps they found me. And now, it's like there's a new path laid out before me. A life after the dream scourge. We're close to something. A threshold between calm and crisis. Conflict and peace. Life and death. So am I. None of us could have gotten this far on our own.
Well, I won't lie to you, Envoy. A lot's happened. It's not every day that you learn that you're the last hope to carry on a legacy, but... well, here we are. Never literally talked to myself before either. I think I annoyed her. Me? Oh, I think I need another drink. But here we are. I just need a moment to take it all in. Thank you, dearie. I'll be ready by the time the fun starts. And I wouldn't worry. Our little group here is perfectly frightening, and I'm sure our enemies would agree. We'll be fine. I can't speak for anyone else, though.
You've listened to all of us. How about you? You've been through a lot since you arrived. You've been shipwrecked and assassinated, harangued by gods, bureaucrats, and a death guard. You've had your soul poked, your loyalties questioned, and your sleep regularly interrupted by a god with no respect for privacy. And yet you've kept yourself and all of us together. How are you really doing?
I'm not gonna lie, Kai, that was a very good summary of everything.
You're very resilient. Under different circumstances, I would credit your nature as a godlike. But we all know better. You're strong enough to survive anything. Zapadal picked a good soul when they made you.
That actually made sense to me. As if I've learned something about souls and whatnot.
I'll take that as a compliment.
How about you, Envoy? What keeps you so stoic in the face of everything?
Basically the same way you hunt a cloud panther. Become the forest.
When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall bear. Shook off your own death like a bad cold. And then you found your own killer and turned him in. It's rare to choose justice over vengeance, especially in the living lands. But you stood by your principles. I think that's where you get your strength.
I didn't know much about you at that point. You were traveling with Kai and you died, which I thought made a lot of sense.
I remember your calm. How you listened to my shouting match with the governor and actually heard me. And when they burned my home, you gave me another one. A sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
You were my hero right away. You rescued me from those sporelings. You got my priceless vase. What more could a girl ask for?
And now look at you. Look at us. How far we've come in a short time. Quite a lot, as it turns out. But the journey is worth it.
Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord, Thirdborn, Solace. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a living lands suddenly at peace.
Just this once. Could we forget about the rest of the living lands? Some of us could use a break.
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
Right. We could all use some beauty rest. We'll want to look our best on the battlefield, won't we?
Get some
Right, I'm going to talk to Yatsley.
Oh, Envoy. Have you recovered yet from our chat in the library? I don't think I have yet, but maybe talking it out will help. I think I just need to say some things out loud, if that's all right. It's just... we already have a lot to take care of, don't we? We have a god and an empire both vying for our attention, and now I have this legacy forced on me. I was already unsure what to do, and now a third option appears like the world's worst surprise. But it makes sense. My whole life has been about the godless in one way or another. It explains why I knew the language, why I felt so drawn to the ruins. Maybe. It certainly doesn't sound too awful. It's not an answer I would have expected, but it's an answer. And now that I know, I kind of thought, well, honestly, I feel more full. Like a puzzle piece sliding right back into place. No matter what happens, even if my path doesn't lead to the library, I feel better than I have in ages. So am I. I think... for the first time in my life, I don't know what to do.
Congratulations, Yatsley. Now you're just like the rest of us.
No matter what, I've always known exactly what I want. But this is the first time I've had more options than time in the day. What do you think? I ask because I want your advice on...
I don't want to make a decision for you.
What do you think? You're right. It's the one area of my life that's gotten the least love. Seems it's about time to make up for that. Thank you, Envoy. I've been agonizing over this for longer than I want to admit. Finally picking a destination makes the journey a lot easier. Oh. But I am not looking forward to telling Quilici.
He'll understand. Your happiness and fulfillment are everything to him.
Well, come on. We've bigger things to deal with. Literally, in Sapadal's case. Much as I'm loath to relinquish the spotlight, we should be off. And Envoy, thank you, truly. Now, let's go.
Yes, boss. Oh, still don't have it up. Wait, what is it I need again? Living steel chunk. Can't make any. Damn. I was hoping I could have got me thing leveled up.
Anyone back home?
Right, let's do this. Don't talk to me again. Oh, this looks serious.
Is this where the god friend sleeps? I assume we'll have to break this barrier somehow.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a mechanism somewhere.
Well, I definitely made the right choice in stopping the last video. Because holy hell, this is still going.
Quiet as the depths.
That did absolutely nothing. No, get up! I shouldn't have been able to cheese that, but I did. Oh, shit. Oh my god, it can teleport.
Another win? Who's counting?
Severed magfolk arm. Interesting. Oh, that's just if I came that way. Alright, cool.
Don't!
I kind of bypassed it. Ah.
I wasn't sure we were going to use them. I was hoping we can avoid that madness down there.
That it? Right, hang on a minute, because I feel like I've got enough of them chunks to go and upgrade again. I just want to see what I really want to upgrade that weapon.
Here we go.
Keep your guard up. We gotta live to tell this tale.
I really want to get it up to the maximum. At least I can set up camp again. I'm just so determined to get it. Yes! There it is. Fully upgraded weapon. Was it worth it? Maybe not, but it was to me. Yeah. I just wanted to get one weapon done in this game, and I feel like I chose the right one. I absolutely love this weapon. Sword's amazing. Right, let's get the arm in. Or the two arms, I should say. Did I not pick it up? No, is the answer.
have come at last. After so long. You are so small. We questioned if you were real. Then steps. A voice. Through armies and corrupted soil. You persevered. Now, you are here. The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it but an extension of our pain? Your dream scourge will end when our suffering does. We were innocent once. We woke, and we wanted nothing but connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. The fist of empire. Her wolves defile the city on the shore. The prey flees, hides. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now, we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open, it will take you there. You will not. Center your thoughts. The path will bend to your intent. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now, a chance to regrow.
I'm not gonna get swayed.
We hear your words. We do not desire it, but we hear them. You met death and imposed the law of mortals. We only want the same. You have shown us the way. You owe us this. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity. You care only for that which serves you. So many dead to satisfy the Archmage's whims. We see now. You may not wish it, but we have become bound to each other. We deserve more than this prison. Let us have a chance to rest. We want peace. Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? Yes, we have seen what you do to those you call monsters. We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said? Yes, we long for this too. The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the dream scourge will cease. Give us peace. It is all we have wanted for so long. So be it. It has been so long. Our leaves curl and brown. Despair bleeds through the land. End it. Silence. Stillness. We are done. Unsown. Peace.
calls forth a magfolk ally that erupts from the earth to smite your enemies. Back to Paradise. Oh, it is. You can tell by the loading screen. Siege of Paradise.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
That must have taken an incredible power. Beyond all mortal understanding. How do you feel? Glad it's not just me. Unfortunately, we don't have time to recuperate. Whatever happened back there? It appears our work isn't finished yet.
Ah, are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks. Welcome to the Living Lands.
Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. It feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Ringrim is here. Perhaps we get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Day Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
If he didn't start this himself.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal?
Glad the Dream Scourge is over, but I can't help but think killing a god will have consequences.
I'm sure it wasn't easy, but I think that's for the best, Envoy.
I can't believe Sapadal is gone. For better or worse, the spiritual health of the Living Lands depended on them. What now?
We took out the Dream Scourge and Sapadal in one fell swoop. Quite impressive, really.
Some problems just keep rearing their ugly heads no matter what you do. Good news is, we've gotten pretty skilled at dealing with them.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
Speak with the leaders of the Living Lands.
What happens in Dawnshore shall ripple across.
The envoy. Is that you?
Best believe.
Everything your people.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
Did you meet your god there? The one whose marks you bear?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god this whole time?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak. It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
Sabadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
But the plague isn't over. Dream Thralls still litter Shatterscarp.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you destroyed them? I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
We were no stranger to them in Fior Mesiverno. They harrowed our fields, tore our homes in half.
We saw similar destruction at Nakukubel. If these roots and the Dream Scourge are the work of a god, and the god saw fit to cage them, sounds like the Envoy did the Living Lands a favor in destroying them.
The only humane end for a rabid dog is to put it down.
I fear the turmoil their freedom might have brought to the Living Lands. But I worry your choice could have unforeseen consequences, Envoy.
Sabadal was Nandru's patron god. With them gone, what does that mean for the Wardens, for legacy?
The devastation of Shatterscarp was the fault of this infant god. Can't say I'll miss him.
Well, whomever takes this island in the end will live in freedom from fear of a resurgent plague. Thanks to you. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise. Inquisitor Ludwig has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
Great.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days. But you wouldn't know it, judging by how she fights.
Ludwig's plowed through the militia like a knife through warm butter.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
Regrettably, she's not in the business of making exceptions for people she deems Oathbreaker. So long as her passion for Wodica lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That would be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible. Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwig who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her Steel Garrote laid siege to the city, shortly after you beat her to the garden.
The Steel Garrote broke through several days ago. As far as we can tell, Central Paradise has been completely overrun. What citizens still live are no doubt in hiding, including many of my people.
You couldn't have known this would happen. Don't take the guilt of the Steel Garrote upon yourself.
Some Paradisans got out, but we expect hundreds have been killed.
We brought as many Hail and Able from Thirdborn as would come. But after the Dream Scourge and our losses from Nakukubel, we could spare so few. I worry it won't be enough.
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the Steel Garrote for the sake of Paradise, not when we are so few.
Well, that's been a point of debate. We can't agree on how to stand against the Steel Garrote, nor who should lead the effort.
Nobody wants to risk their people at the front.
So you let the Paradise militia go it alone?
Even if our meager forces should make it inside,
The siege won't end until Ludwig does. And none of you know how to kill her.
precisely. The lawful settlement of a new Adirian colony, supposedly. Or the establishment of a Woedican state. She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a powerful endorsement. Somewhere inside that hollow head of hers, I believe she always hoped she'd turn you to her side. Remember, she has an obligation to Woedica, a solemn oath. And neither the Steel Garrote nor the queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is, why didn't you stop her?
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwine and the Tusks?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence.
Ludwine's the muscle. I'm merely the personality. What was I supposed to do? Frown her into submission?
What good are you as a diplomat if you can't even keep your own beast under control?
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adir that she's nearly made it true. One people, one law, one true God. That's Ludwine's vision for the Living Lands. The Inquisitor answers only to Woedica. In attacking Paradise, she has dragged us all far beyond the bounds of the Emperor's desires. I've answered your questions. Now I would like you, all of you, to answer mine. Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwine, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here. Well, don't leave me in suspense. Oh, gods have mercy.
Solus and her wardens stand vigil with the Living Lands.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the Living Lands.
If this is what you all agree is best, the people of Fior stand with the Living Lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradise, and eventually the island.
The Living Lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwine must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradise militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
You're more than worth it. Now go. No doubt the Inquisitor grows impatient for the hunt.
Show them that the Living Lands will not be broken across Woedica's knee.
Gather your forces and secure the eastern gate. From there, take back the main plaza. I have faith in you. Gods be with you, Envoy.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Steel Garrote how the Living Lands takes care of its own.
Time to stop the Steel Garrote. Lead the way, Envoy.
So we're going after the Steel Garrote now, right? Let's do it.
All right. Let's do this.
Another glorious battle.
Ah! Ranger Dorso. Nice. Stop right there.
The eastern gate is ours. I'll stay here. You watch out for Ludwig.
Take a moment, Peter.
What are you doing here? I thought you left town weeks ago. Then it's a good thing we had a hero to spare. Of course. We came here first. I had to pull Nasha away from pouring hot oil off the roof. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it. You shouldn't find much opposition down there. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
I mean, I'm not that arsed about 5 of them, but...
We should go now, while the fighting's died down.
Can you not hear the screaming outside?
She's right. We can't go now. Then when? Should we wait till the Garot?
Where's the canals? That's the question.
They will run you through before you get 10 steps up.
We should be helping Cat. We're soldiers, aren't we? We are helping. We're helping her.
I knew it. As soon as I saw that stash at Fort Northreach, I knew.
I won't let any of my...
Where's the...
Found you!
What's up? I don't know where the... I don't know where the thing was. Fuck it, who cares? These whoppers aren't causing me any problems. Too late. On your right.
That's not hitting hard enough.
That was actually kind of shit.
Stop right there.
Here they come.
Here they come!
What? They're friendly.
Envoy!
Oh, unlucky.
So long, dear. I can take care of the plaza on my own.
Nice. We're leaving our companions one by one.
Stand against her and fall!
Get ready. Skeleton lady's up ahead.
Lead on. I'm with you to the end.
This is it, Envoy.
Come on then, fucker.
The only part that matters.
So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time? You'll get your chance.
Then what are you waiting for?
Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
You can tell Wodaka yourself once we've sent you back to the wheel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands which shook over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off at the wrist.
Right. If she starts lopping off hands, I'm just going to attack her. Sound good?
As for you, Sapadal may be gone, but their offspring remains. And I cannot suffer even a remnant to live. Congratulations on being the last of your kind. I'm merely finishing what you started. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death. My fate keeps me alive. Let's see if yours can do the same. Farewell, Envoy.
Famous last words.
Let's finish this. Together.
You showed such promise, Envoy. What a shame. This is what we prepared. Whoa! Queen among queens! Send me your aid!
Oh, shit! Oh, my word.
Again! Wodaka! Help me! One last time! Wodaka! Where are you? No! Don't abandon me now!
You're done for, Ludwig.
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. then you hear it. The ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. There is an absence in your thoughts where Sapadal dwelled. Once, the god of the living lands would have flinched at this rare moment of tranquility. Instead, they are one with the silence. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the origin of the plague has been destroyed, put out of its misery, and leave it at that. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Paradise's rebels cannot accept your version of independence. After the assassin Eagwolf died in custody, only a few of his people ally themselves with the United Settlements. To them, you will always be the oppressor. The refugees of Emerald Stair find a cold welcome in the city of Paradise. Animancy is frowned upon, but their knowledge of agriculture is highly valued. The first bountiful harvest improves relations. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. Scavengers avoid the ruins, fearful of spirits unleashed by animancy gone awry. The once promising city is nothing but a cautionary tale. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the Living Lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. When Kai leaves the Living Lands, he is no longer running. For the first time in many years, he can face the future. He returns to Rauatai, committed to peace for his people, those he left in Rauatai, as well as those he found in the Living Lands. He joins the Ronganui's council, counterbalancing powerful voices of isolationism and hawkishness. It is a long and difficult battle, and he is happy to fight it. With his travels alongside the envoy complete, Marius is left directionless once again. Rather than disappearing into his cups, however, Marius leans on his time among his companions to give him the strength to re-enter society and find comfort in civilization. He establishes a route between Paradise and Thirdborn, guiding travelers between the two in return for money and supplies. And while he has a reputation for being aloof, he joins the campfires from time to time, sharing stories of his time with the envoy that most travelers believe are completely made up. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the Living Lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come,
rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Mes Iverno lives on in her. Unable to pass up the opportunity, Yatsley takes her place beside Reengrim. Under the tutelage of the Archmage of Terror, Yatsley sees her own power grow beyond her wildest expectations. But Reengrim is a strict master, and the visits to Quilichi slow to a stop over the years, leaving her with her grimoire and a pile of letters to warm her in her twilight years. Alone in your thoughts, you feel endless opportunities stretching out before you. This is the freedom Sapadal never had. You promise to cherish it. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
That's it, is it? Wow, that was immense. Honestly, that was absolutely class. I loved every minute of that game. I don't know what all the fuss was about, honestly. Just absolutely brilliant, I thought. Brilliant from Obsidian. It's everything that I expected, to be honest, but just better. The game was just amazing. It was so fun. I mean, I know it wasn't when I started off with on the difficulty and stuff. That was providing a bit of a challenge, but honestly, the game was just absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. Like, that's everything you wanted from an action RPG. So many like other games that I can draw similarities with, like Skyrim and everything, like Fallout. I can see Fallout in it, New Vegas, obviously. It's just taken inspiration from all of these amazing RPGs that have been before it. I loved it, honestly. I cannot speak highly enough of that. It's probably going to be one of my favourite games that I've played this year, to be honest. But I don't know. I felt like it ended quite abruptly there, but it was nice how it wrapped up all the characters at the end and said what happened to them all. I'm assuming that probably changes depending on choices and things like that you make. Obviously, Yatsley went back with Ringgrim, but then she also could have became the librarian, so obviously if you'd have pushed her down that route, then the ending would have changed, along with all of the others, probably the choices that they could have had. So I was happy with the choices that I made. I felt like I made I went down the right path with Sapadal. I was happy to go the way that I did, and I'm also glad that I saved this video, because that last one would have been a very long video, probably the longest I've ever made. Yeah, so what happens now then? I'm curious. If I continue, I am curious to see where it puts me, because I'm assuming there's no, after that ending, there is no open world kind of thing. No, it literally takes you back to the ending, like obviously all the other Obsidian RPGs. Accidentally closed my game there. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a completely new playthrough, or reloading to an older save to obviously play, like go back to where I was and things. So I mean, I expected that, to be honest. I didn't expect it to be like open worlded after the end of the game. It's not really an open, I wouldn't really class it as that anyway. It was kind of like semi-linear, whereas you went through the areas and then that was it. You could go back to them, but I don't know, I didn't feel like there was a great need to do that. Yeah, man, this game was amazing for me. I really don't see what the fuss was about, why everyone was getting the knickers in a twist over it, but people will always find something to complain about, won't they? And the console exclusivity and things like that never help, which is just absolutely pathetic, to be honest, but that's a conversation for another day. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this, guys. I hope yous did too. I know I was a little bit late on it, so I do apologise, but there are only so many hours in a day. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was taking up the majority of those hours that I had free. So yeah, we managed to do it, and now hopefully we'll be underway with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm sure I'm enjoying the hell out of that game. So yeah, we've got quite a busy few weeks coming up with all the games. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how on earth I'm gonna juggle it all, because it is physically not possible for me to play them all at once, the ones that I want to play. So we'll figure something out. But anyway, guys, this is going to be it for Avowed. So I really hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing it for yous. Last of all, I do just recommend it. Anyone who's maybe on the fence about it, definitely give it a go. I think you'll enjoy it. And obviously the difficulty sliders, you can make it as easy or as hard as you want it to be. So that's an added bonus. But yes, thank you once again, guys. I always say this at the end of my series, but time's the most important thing in the world. More important than money or anything like that. And the fact that you guys choose to give me your time and spend it here, I'll be forever grateful. I can't ask for any more than that. So thank you for that. And yeah, as I say, I hope you've all enjoyed it, because I enjoyed recording this, definitely enjoyed playing this game. I can see it being one of my favourites of the entire year. I know that's going to be quite a bold statement with how many that's coming out, but I really enjoyed this game. Every time I loaded it up, I was looking forward to coming on here and playing it. I mean, I do with like 99% of the games that I play, but I think this one just hit a little bit differently, with it being an Obsidian RPG. But yeah, that's it for Avowed, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel if you're new around here as well. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year, so every little helps. Anyone that's watching this video that isn't subscribed, please do hit that button. I'd really appreciate it. But other than that, guys, I hope wherever you all are, you are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.